I don't think that's as prominent, but yeah, like, but it's fun. Do people really complain that much? Like, if he just didn't say those things. Loudwire made this article, 16 things metalheads really need to get over. And of course, we got MGK here with his black tongue in the thumbnail, Lars, cause lol Napster, and we got Poppy. I didn't know the metal scene had beef with Poppy. I don't even think Poppy knows what's happening with Poppy, so it's surprising that the metal scene keeps up. Let's go. I'm very curious. All right, as a metalhead proclaimed poser myself, I don't know what the fingers are doing, but it is what it is. Like, I did Loudwire take time to make the finger art. Like, that's that respect for that. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do for the thumbnail. But well, the thought, because fingers, hilarious. If there's one thing if metal fans love more than nasty riffs, it's bickering, facts, and breakdowns. About what? Anything, really, from how big Machine Gun Kelly is to a laundry list of things pertaining to Metallica. There's a lot of metalheads that need to just get over already. Let's go. So I'm curious what the list is. Okay, there's a lot of things. I'm just going to scroll down. This is, stuff's happening, okay? So 16 things metalheads really need to get over. Number 1. Bands aren't as big as they were in the 80s. I mean, like, do people have a problem with that? Like, it's just like, I feel like the bands are more annoyed by that than anything because, like, you know, less money, right? Like, do people really care? Do people really, like, are they that annoyed by they're not as big as they were in the 80s? Metals, like, they're still big. And there's also more of them. Like, that's the thing. There's just a wider variety and more quantity of bands. But it's not as much, I guess, of a phenomenon. What is this quote? Show the universe that it can take your dream from you. Oh, it can't take your dream from you. You know what? That's probably one of his better quotes. So, like, there's many other things they could have quoted. MGK is huge. Deal with it. Yeah. We could have worse pop punk revivalists. We could. MGK, like, he does his thing. He starts beef with, well, you just shouldn't start beef with, you know, our metal god, Corey Taylor, right? But, like, I'm going to be real with you guys. Before he started beef with Slipknot, people in the metal, like, in the alternative scene were loving his stuff. When he released that, that album before he started the beef, like, do you know how many metalheads and rock artists and, like, people in the scene were, like, sharing it and were stoked, right? They were like, yeah, like, somebody's, Tickets to My Downfall, because they were just happy somebody, even if it wasn't representing, like, metal, really, right? It was still representing, like, whatever rock and punk and like that, you know, was making music that was relatively good. But then he just had to with Corey Taylor. Then the metal scene was like, see, I was right all along. I was right all along, dude. He's not the best, right? Like, he's okay. You know, it's he does his thing, but I really think if he just never with Corey Taylor, I don't think the metal scene would have the biggest problem with him. Like that, and maybe he's like thinking he's like the god end all be all of rock. Like, if he just didn't say those things, I don't think people would have in the metal scene would care. Like I said, I don't think people would have as huge of a deal if he just didn't with Corey Taylor. Other than that, like, he does his things. It's not a big deal. He says cringe shit. I mean, I say cringe shit. I'm not one to talk, right? Like, the albums are okay. He's getting kids into, at least they're listening to pop punk, Blink-182 2.0 instead of more f***ing WAP. Bands who change their sound. Like, yes and no, I agree with this. This is always a tough one because, like, some bands rightfully, like, yeah, they kind of just make music now and people them for it. And then other times bands try to evolve their sound and then people are just being bitches about it, to be fair. It's a give and take. It's a give and take. I wouldn't, you know, that's a hard one. I feel like that's going to be around for a long time. Bands who don't change their sound. I don't think, do people really complain that much? Like, they don't complain anywhere near as much, bands that don't change their sound compared to bands that do. Like, they complain when bands do way more than when bands don't. And there's some, and you know, just that's the thing. It just gets boring. Like, it's not like they're gonna sit there and talk the band all the time. They're gonna be like, yeah, I like the band, and then they kept doing the thing I like, and I kind of like, that's it, right? I don't think that's as prominent, but yeah, like, I mean, it's encouraging for bands to want to try new things, you know, but do it tastefully. This is dumb, but also, like, bands doing it got to do it, like, again, tastefully. But, like, nah, like, if you're a metalhead and, you know, that the point of being a metalhead is to like heavy music and, you know, be open to things. Weird, get wacky. Some bands do it really well, and some bands integrate genres really poorly. But, like, don't be don't be the cross-armed boomer there. Oh, dude, this isn't real metal. Like, off. You know what I mean? Off there, buddy. That's annoying. That's more annoying. It's not real metal. Yeah, that one is probably the one that tilts me the most out of all these so far. Oh, it's the bet you can't name 3 songs. Yeah, that's just dumb. There's so many bands that I even know like one song for, like, and I'm like, yeah, I'm a fan of that band's work. You can like a band's song, like you can like what they have created. You don't have to like multiples of what they have created. Like, it's as simple as that. Like, if you want to support a band because you like one song, like, fuck, that's dope. Yeah, it's just I'm terrible at song names. Because they're all, like, either, like, I asphyxiated my bowels or, like, sadness. You know, like, it's either too much of the same or it's so out there, or then you get into gent, which they're doing, like, a physics, you know, calculation in their titles. Like, I don't got time to remember that shit. I don't. Chanting one more song, yeah, like, but it's fun. It's fun. You know what I mean? Like, I don't... It's exciting, you know? Like, everyone knows what's going to happen, right? You're gonna get the band already has the encore songs they're gonna play, and the crowd's like, you know, come on, you peekaboo, you know, you're gonna come out. But, like, you know, it's fun. I don't. Yeah, at this point, if bands just left and never did an encore, like if they did the encore while they were alive and never like went backstage, everyone would just be pissed. They'd be like, those fucking assholes didn't even play a full set. Like, at this point, it's peekaboo for adults. At this point, I don't think it could be stopped. And that's fine. Hating bands who sound like classic bands. What? That's like every modern metal band half sounds like a new classic band. Like, who cares? Like Greta Van Fleet? Because they sound like Led Zeppelin? It's just more of that. If anything, it's the band who has to deal with that. Like, it's not like as a consumer, you just get more of that. Like, you know what I mean? If you like that band, then that's sick. Like, if you like Led Zeppelin and then you complain another band sounds like Led Zeppelin, why? You get 2 Led Zeppelins. What's your problem? I compare, like, the Halo effect, obviously, to In Flames. Like, why would you complain about having multiple In Flames? The Halo effect is the 90s In Flames, and now In Flames is back to 2000s In Flames. Who, like, you get best of both worlds. You get to choose what version of that band you want. That's f***ing great. Yeah, it's just variety within the same thing you like. Why'd you complain about that? That's weird to me. Too much of a good thing. If we can't, like, we already don't have so much as metalheads. If we also can't have too much of the things we do have that are good, what's the point? You know what I mean? We enjoy so few bands that don't get canceled, that don't f*** up and do bad shit, that don't turn into butt rock. Like, the ones we do have, can we just enjoy them? Can we just f***ing actually enjoy them? You know what I mean? Just chill. This one I don't agree with as much, but I understand why they include it. This is weird. I feel like this should be redone to thinking you only need a good chorus to make a good song, or a catchy, or a poppy chorus, you know what I mean? Or a radio-friendly chorus. Because sick riffs, that's not like, maybe boomers think that? I mean, as a guitarist, I think that, right? But, like, that's much more of like an old school, like, very heavy metal thought, because a lot of those songs, the riffs were more important than like the rest of the song. But, like, when it comes to anything past like the 2000s, sure, there are songs that the riffs literally make the song, but it's shifted completely over to choruses and trying to make a poppy chorus. But I would say this is relatively still kind of true from a musician's perspective. Sick riffs are part of a song, not the whole song. Yeah, but every part of the song is a part of the song, but they can make the song God tier. You can have a riff that literally carries the entire song and makes it the most popular song of the year. You can have a chorus that carries the song and the rest of the song is like okay and make it the best song of the year. You can have a breakdown, which literally the song could suck like balls, but the breakdown is so game-changing and wild that everyone listens to it for that thing. You know, like you can do that and make it like kind of like a good song theoretically. Thinking not wearing earplugs makes you tough. Oh yeah, this is just dumb. If you're like straight, yeah, this one I fully agree with. Yeah, if this is a thing, like you're not cool because you're like you can't hear in like 10 years. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't make you cooler. If you can't hear and you purposefully did that to yourself, right? Just because you're like, oh no, man, I'm too cool to f***ing be like, yeah, that doesn't make you like cool. That just makes it so you can't hear the bands you like. That's kind of yeah. Wear ear protection always wear ear protection. You can invest in like you spend $200 on band merch and VIPs. You can invest in $30 earplugs that you'll wear for all of the shows you go to for like 20 years. Okay, you can invest in like decent quality earplugs, which you can still hear good quality stuff. Okay, it's not crazy. Take care of your ears so you can listen to breakdowns. So many things about Metallica. That's all they say. Where do we even start? Oh, they have a whole section about Metallica. Wow, 10 of these were Metallica. Wait, how many of these were Metallica? I thought we were going through like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of these were Metallica? 10 of these were not Metallica, and 6 of them were. I mean, I like Metallica, but I don't care that much. Okay, so yeah, other than that, like this one is 100% the earplugs. This one I don't really care for. Hating Blantz, that one I don't think happens. The Encore thing I think is fun. The song thing is stupid. I agree with Loudwire. Subgenres, I agree with Loudwire. Bands that don't change their sound, I don't think that happens very much. Bands who change their sound, that is annoying. But, you know, to a point. MGK is huge deal with it. Yeah, true. Bands aren't as big as they were in the 80s. Again, I don't think people really care as much. I think this is a good article. Hey, Metalheads. Just enjoy. Like, we got cool shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, chill. Like, you know, like we don't just focus on the cool shit. We got breakdowns. I'm like maybe like half of the bands you liked in the past 5 years got canceled, like sure, but like the other 5 are probably doing cool stuff. Like we got deathcore, that's popping off. Metalcore bands are like heavy and doing breakdowns still. We got vocalists doing demon noises. Yeah, we got Blez. Even Sam Carter might do a bleh. I feel like my mom could make a better playlist. And like she grew up thinking I was like a devil worshiper to a point and couldn't sleep, bro. Like, come on, dude.